Sewaent talent showcase from stage to stage. Mind sweet blow. Night after amazing night. Women's Supreme against George we drop. It's mind blowing. Eyes popping. Sewaent talent hunt.
What is today known as Alaba International Market, synonymous with the sales and repair of all electronic and home appliances, started after the Nigerian Civil War in Alaka, a part of Surulere in Lagos. The market today, adjudged the largest electronic market in West Africa, was first built with wooden casings. Alaba International Market has grown in terms of population, scope of business, popularity among dealers of electronic products globally through hard work and selfless service of its founding fathers.
As at that time, there was no Nigerian that was importing electronics. Electronics was actually being imported by the Indians and Lebanese. I actually joined them there in 1972. And before I joined them, there were already a few individuals who were already settled there. And then what we normally do then is go to Lagos, go to the Lebanese shops who were actually bringing in all this. Then we didn't have stereos. The TV was not there as we have it today. Just toy radios, small table radios, and all that. So that was actually what we were doing then. Open market sales of electronics started at Alaka, not Alaba Suru. Not Alaba Suru. It actually started at Alaka in the 70s, immediately after the war, before we moved to Alaba Suru. Then from Alaba Suru, we were asked to leave for whatever reason. They said it was very close to the express road. And the Lagos State government said they were not getting revenues from there. So the owners, those who claim to be the owners of the place, from Ojora family, also put their own pressure. But they say we should stay. But when government says you have to leave, you don't have a choice. You must leave. They might not do it today, they might not do it tomorrow, but eventually, one government says this place has to leave, you have to begin to prepare to leave. And that was what prompted some of us, under the leadership of Sunday Chukwujiku, to begin to, organize, put people of like minds together, like myself and some other people together, for us to, begin to look for an alternative space. That was how we found ourselves where we are today. It was a long journey that started in 1977 under the then Lagos State military administrator, somebody Lawal, before the Kanu came in. Alaba Suru was, carried on to the present Alaba, Ojo Alaba. Okay. In fact, when we first got to Ojo Alaba, there was no any transport, there was no commercial transport that was going to that place. What we actually did, because nobody knew the place before we got there, what we actually did was, every morning, some of us will come to my two and engage some downfall buses, as they were just called them, engage them, and we will tell them to be calling Ojo Alaba, Ojo Alaba, Ojo Alaba. And there were no passengers coming. So what we normally do at the end of the day was, to subsidize what they were supposed to make as their take home after the day's business, because they were not getting enough passengers. So at the end of the day, we told them, if you have 2-3 people who wanted to come to that place, bring them. At the end of the day, we know how much you are supposed to make. We augment it, we subsidize, we're paying them. So nobody knew there was a place called Ojo Alaba until we got there. And that was how we started, because we knew it was difficult for people who actually wanted to buy things to go there.
The founding fathers of this great market, some of them served as the president, some of them served as the secretary, and some of them served as floor members. And up to today, they are eating the dividend. They are sagacious people. In fact, I can't imagine how to mention, because most of them are not with this money. Some of them own only a shop, and yet they are not after a monetary aspect of it, but they want to make a legacy.
If we talk of Alaba, sometimes people do mistakenly think is that one that is along Badagry Expressway. That one is called Alaba Rago. Or sometimes people feel it's the one that is along Orile Roads. That one is Alaba Suru. But when you talk of Alaba International Market, it's the one that is domiciled in Ojo local government. And that is the only Alaba that is popular, where you will come and get all the electronics material, all the electrical material, all the fancy and furniture, all the things that has to do with home use. Alaba is a hub of electronics in West Africa. So when you talk of Alaba, the Alaba that is more famous, more popular, is the one that is in Ojo local government. That is where you can source anything that has to do with electronics and electrical.
Here is the largest electronics market in sub-Saharan Africa. So there is no way anybody can submit that we don't sell good products. We have even brand owners here. Polystar is from this market, the Mark is from this market, Sound Prince is from this market, Sound Blaster is from this market, Black Spider is from this market, a lot of them. And these products, have been registered with the Federal Republic of Nigeria under the Commerce and Industry. They have their certificate of incorporation. So perception may vary, but fact is sacrosanct.
Alaba International Market is a genuine market for electronics dealers in West Africa as a whole. These markets have never, at a point of time, indulged themselves to all these obnoxious and illegal dealings. One, we have executive council that have some committees. We have security task force, a case selling panels, and case review panel.
About Alaba. Alaba is a place where you will come and you get reliable goods. And most of the goods being sold outside here are being bought in Alaba. But these same people that come to buy from Alaba, most of these shops, even departmental shops and the rest of them, we in Alaba supply them. But because they don't want people to know where they get it from, they want to say bad things about Alaba, which is not right. But we know our customers, ranging from every corner of this West Africa, they depend on this Alaba electronics and electrical market for survival.
You can begin to criticize Alaba, that was about 15, 20 years ago, when we were importing holistically from abroad. But today, certain individuals are doing wonderfully well by nature of their personal products, which they keep improving on every day, and which they keep meeting the demands and the things that are required of them by the public, that's the consuming public. So if anybody is saying that coming to Alaba to procure gifts are things that are not, that you're going to back fake or something like that, my brother, that was taken in the past. We've been able to fine-tune what we are made of.
I came to Alaba when I was so young. Now you can see I have my own products. I have my partners, Chinese partners. We do business together for more than 20 years, and we are still ongoing. Okay, so very soon we'll be assembling these products in Nigeria here.
Successive administrations of the market always hand a success-filled baton to the next administration. Hence, the continuous successful trajectory of the market.
Well, to me, without even getting to this point we knew before what he was going to do, because he came through the electoral college.
On assuming office, the president of the International Market Association Electronics, the body in charge of running the affairs of the market.
One of the things that we did, that we always give the glory to God, is the clearance of this Alaba Ajangbadi roads. Before my assumption in office, that road was turned into where they are selling food items. That place was filled with stalls and agros. That place, in fact, even you as a pedestrian cannot walk freely on that road. It was so jam-packed that even people are selling food, people are selling all kinds of food items on the road. But by the special grace of God, as I assumed that office, we were able to clear that road. That is why maybe when you were coming, if you were coming with your car, you can ply that road freely. Then secondly, when we assumed office, the market is so much clustered with people that are selling in kiosks, using umbrella. You know, when you enter, it seems like this is no more international market. And in assumption of my office, I made sure that I cleared all those places and provided a place for them where they will be doing that kind of business. And if you come to Alaba now, even if you have your car to buy something where car can move in the market, you can freely drive in the market and pick your goods and go. When we came in fact, we are having problem of water. Most of the food we eat here, they fetch the water from outside. So when I assumed office, I told them that I'm going to drill boreholes. Within the space of 6 months, I have dug 4 boreholes in Alaba, working 24 hours. And as much as we are within the market, the water is working. As I assumed office, the office structure, the complex was so dilapidated, and in fact, I have to take the bull by the horn by renovating it. We have been able to transform everything within this place to digital because we know how to do it. We have been doing it and we are masters in doing it. So even in our camera, you can see now, you can stay in this my office and capture all the 4 corners of the market. Even the portrait that we used to have before, it was framed. But now I have made it to be a screen. You can be in our reception and be watching it live on the television. So within this space of 6 months, by the special grace of God, we have done a lot. The only one that is confronting us now, that is also giving us a sleepless night, is this flooding of tin. In fact, whenever it rains, it's a problem in Alaba. The rain will flood everywhere. In fact, the last one it rained, it damaged more than 20 million naira goods. So we are calling on Lagos State to come and help us because some people have blocked those channels by which the water goes to the canal. And that canal has been messed up, has been filled up, it needs to be cleared.
Chief Camillus Amajoyi embarked on a mission of rebranding the market, and under 6 months of his administration, Alaba International Market is singing a new song.
He's a man with a heart of gold, that he feels what others are feeling. He started from grassroots. He knows exactly the problem of the market.
As of today, some of the people here have their own products, bringing it here. So, as of today, if you look at this office, it's not like this before. There is improvement in it. Even the outside the market, you see that towels are no longer there.
To some extent, not totally free, but to some extent. To the extent that you can now come in and buy. Nobody will challenge you, nobody will follow you, nobody will steal your phone. And when the market closes, you can even hold your phone by your hand and be walking home. So to some extent, he has fought that battle.
Current president, the chief of Chinamata, when he assumed office, before now we have a very big problem in Alaba. You cannot access Alaba. Like those people coming to Alaba to buy maybe TV or other things, they will pack at Vos or before Vos.
This present Alaba chairman have cleared the road for us. I thank you for that.
He opened up different boreholes that in order for us to make our fire service mission, ever ready for such an event, which is not in prayer, both night and day. Come here in the night, you can see that everywhere it looks like Europe. So that even the security, they can see very far. So all these things are being put together to make sure that we put, the market, the traders in safe hand.
Remember there was last year, barely every month you will hear that there was a fire incident in this market, that there was a fire burning in the other market, that, based on those things that we heard then, we decided to be proactive by buying our own firefighting machine. Because when fire cuts, it's better that even armed robbers come to steal from your shop than the fire to burn your shop. Because by the time fire catches up with your shop, it will even burn the broom that you used to sweep the office. We decided to be proactive. We decided to buy firefighting of our own, which is here. We have staff that we employ that are manning it. We are making sure that everything that is needed to function effectively is within us. So not only that we stopped there, we want even to tell the members of the line, the members of Alaba, that every line should have a true firefighting fire extinguisher. So that there are some areas, maybe this vehicle is a very big one, cannot enter. Or maybe by the time you extend even the pipe, it might not get there. And by the time you start fighting this fire as it's starting, it's going to be an easy one, not that what it must have generated. So that was the essence. We made it a mandatory that every line will have a true firefighter extinguisher.
He told us what is coming. Short. I don't even know whether when he finishes, he's tenor. The next thing that is coming, we have what to do.
Many have started testifying that truly what they were hearing outside was not what they have seen inside.
When we are about to elect this current chairman, we have a lot of issues. I was opportune to be among the people that insisted that this current chairman is equal to the tax and he will never disappoint us. So with the way things are going, I think everybody has agreed that he's doing marvelously well.
He promised us that we make this Alaba to be Alaba new face. That all the Alaba have gone. That Alaba will be international, new Alaba.
The sitting president has done wonderfully well. You see, I believe that government has a duty call, and that duty call is specified by the constitution. And as a market, Alaba International Market Electronics, which Chief Kamil Samajoyi is the one in charge. I think he has done wonderfully well. In the area of security, he has done well. In the area of infrastructure, he has improved on what he met on the ground. In the area of internal management of issues, he's doing wonderfully well. Leadership is a continuum, and I think he's doing the right thing. And I pray that God will help him to succeed and end well in Jesus' name.
His administration is, however, faced with challenges ranging from security to touting and the deplorable state of the road leading to the market.
So we need power supply to improve on our daily business transactions.
So I will vividly tell you that, in fact, I can't remember the last time that something was done on that road. And it's a very big problem. Somebody who is coming here to buy something, maybe from VI or Ikoyi, maybe leave your house around 11, 12 o'clock in the day. Before you get here, you can get to even Vos, maybe that kind 1 o'clock. But before you get to Alaba, almost 3 to 4, you will see that before you get here, people have started even leaving the market already. They might just come back and go back home without buying anything.
Access road is among the top priority because without the access road, it becomes difficult for business to thrive. So as you can see, accessing this great market from various parts of Lagos, Nigeria, is a very big challenge.
The road from Vaux to Alaba here is nothing to be written home about.
you pass it, you cry. At least if they give a kind of first lift, it will go a long way in fact making the trash to be happy.
Governor, according to his last campaign promise, so we are waiting to see the result of the promise he gave, because he came here by himself now, and that they learn, there is a great learn. He suffered a lot at that. That is the time they go and drop some stones there, but you pass there, nothing is happening. And we are suffering a lot. Most of our customers are not coming here again because of all these abuses.
Even while the governor was here or for his campaign, his deputy was here, we told him that, okay, we are having a serious challenge with these Agro people on the roads. We are having a serious problem with them because these goods, they are not from Nigeria here, and by the time they came to Nigeria, they go through wharf. And before you bring a container or anything that has to do with goods out of that wharf, you are going to pay all the legitimate money. You are going to do all the clearance. You are going, in fact, the custom, the immigration, the SON, the NESRA, whatever the agency you call it, will do their own inspection and satisfy that goods, okay. But the problem we are having is that as that goods being released from the wharf and is coming to Alaba, from that mile 2 to until it gets to Yanoba, you are going to spend a lot of money. But the one that baffles us is that that goods coming from Yanoba to access Alaba, you are going to spend close to 200,000. If you don't pay this money, these boys will damage your windscreen, they will break your mirrors, they in fact beat the conductor and the driver up. We have begged on government. We are ready to pay the statutory fee. We are ready to pay the legitimate amount. If government will gazette it and give it to us, we are ready to pay. Not that this one they will tell you, this one is Owo Ballet, this one is Owo Boys, this one is Owo Police, this one is Owo Army, this, they'll be sharing these monies to frivolous people that we don't know. So what we are saying is this: if the Lagos State wants to get money on the road, let us get us the accurate amount. So that when you get to the point of payments, you will make these payments and go with your goods. In fact, to some extent, these people will not allow your container to access your warehouse, undermining how many millions that is involved in that transaction, keeping it under risk. Sometimes the armed robbers will break the container and steal some goods inside. We are not happy with it. We are begging on the Lagos State government to please help us galvanize the accurate amount, the actual, in fact, the amount you would want us to pay for 20-feet container, for 40-feet container, for 45-feet container, for even the lorries that are bringing goods to Alaba. We are ready to pay. We are ready to pay. We are doing legitimate business. We are not troublemakers.
I think that the basic function of a government is provide enabling environment. That's one. Number 2, provide security. Number 3, provide the basic infrastructural needs. We're talking about power. Power is independently done these days. What stops the government from giving us independent power project in Alaba, which was a promise that the Vice President Sewaent gave to us when I was the president, when he came to campaign with Ambode then. If they give us this IPB power project, we can start something. Now provide an enabling environment. Let the roads that you come to Alaba is not motorable. If those minor things are not met, how do you think we can be able to meet the bigger ones? These challenges are not rocket science. These challenges could be met over time if the government is conscientiously dedicated to their functions and duties, which is statutory. It's not about coming to ask us to pay taxes, pay this, pay that, exploit us. Let me not use that word, but let me use it. Without making us feel the impact, feel the feeling of the government, but prevent the basic amenities. If these things are not there, how can we move? The road to Alaba is impassable. Within around Alaba, what you see is what that we'll be able to produce by ourselves. No government effort. So how can we fly? But in all these circumstances, we're still moving forward. We're still studying. So government should come into partnership. Now, let me say something again. Now, the government is making mistakes sometimes. What are the mistakes they make? They should bring traders, practical traders, into their policy decisions as has to do with trade and commerce. It's not what you do in an office. Yeah. You call us, we'll interface with you, we'll give you ideas. With those ideas, you can improve on what you want to do. The era where traders and non-interest of dollars are gone. Most of us are lettered than school, even more than those who are in the field. And if we back our academic experience with our physical manifestation of the trade we're doing, we'll go far.
It is worthy to note that Alaba International Market has produced thousands of successful young entrepreneurs, and it's a huge IGR point for Ojo local government and the Lagos state government. With government support to surmount the challenges faced by the markets, this always crowded market would keep many in business while creating spaces for more.
House of Sewaent Entertainment, Sewaent TV, promoting African culture, custom and tradition. If you love what we are doing and you want to support what we are doing or promote and advertise through this medium, contact us on the numbers displayed on your screen. To watch more videos, visit our social media handles. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sewaent TV.